yam rubber.
I saw it on top of my box, and I carried it and kept it on top of her box because I thought it was.
On top of Nelly's box.
Yes, because I thought it was for her.
Smoking something bigger than. Are you okay? Smoking.
Tonight's show started in a very crazy way, and I'll try my best to explain better. Now, I'm not going to tell you how it exactly started because the main conversation started about the beef between Onyeka and Wanni over probably, what's his name, Sean, and all the 9 yards. But let me buttress on the points of this particular conversation, which has Chinwe and Nelly in the at crossfires. You get, and all this started on the day that, Nelly prepared beans and plantain porridge, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And she cooked it and, it upset Chinwe's stomach. And instead of, just being like, oh, this doesn't fit my stomach, or maybe the way she prepared it, she and her boyfriend, that is Chinwe and her boyfriend, went on to blast the person who cooked it. She said a lot of things like saying, who cooked this kind of rubbish food? Really make me go toilet every few minutes and stuff. And with her being a lady, she should have known how hurtful it was. But no, she didn't stop there. All because our energy with Nelly doesn't really blend. And then we saw the different times where Chinwe and her boyfriend, that is Seaon, would have conversations about Nelly, and Seaon would outrightly body shame her, saying that the way she looks, she's obviously a coochie vendor. You guys understand what we mean by that, calling her like, the hooks, basically. And that was really bad because it was just as though Chinwe and her boyfriend were all out to take down, what's her name, Nelly. And here was Chinwe trying to explain that, oh, it didn't necessarily start like that. I really liked her. But then I was getting a kind of vibe from her until the food thing happened. We had the conversation and, I said nasty things. My boyfriend said nasty things. And, they even called her a prostitute, called Nelly a prostitute. They went on to the time where Chinwe's 24-karat gold got missing and was discovered in Nelly's bag. And Nelly discovered it and brought it out and just dropped it out. And when that conversation went open, blew out, they almost had a fight, basically with Chinwe calling her an armed robber, Anini, and all the 9 yards, only for Nelly to counteract or counter that statement, saying that she is quite sure, she's very, very sure that Ruthie and Chinwe had planned to set her up because they had a subtle conversation about that. When she came out of the show, she saw a video like that. And this plan to set Nelly up just happened consecutively just before the missing 24-karat gold happened. And here was Nelly even asking that, I don't understand how this could be so bad. You hate me so much that you guys really went on to plan. And who wouldn't think that you guys planned to kick me out of the show by setting me up with the jewelry? How did your jewelry and that of what's her name, Ruthie, find its way to my laundry box that I've not washed any clothes for over 2 weeks, and not even on top but under my box? If that's not set up, I don't know what it is. It was really crazy to see that Chinwe was trying her best to stand her ground for all the flaws she has in this conversation and in this issue, although she was subtly trying to apologize. According to her, she said that after that happened, she met Nelly and said, I want to have a conversation with you, but that conversation never happened. Ebuka went on to ask Seaon, why would you get to the point of body shaming someone else or shaming her and all the 9 yards of what you did? And why haven't you apologized till now? And Nelly and Seaon, as typical as he would answer a question, kept beating around the bush, talking about how, me and Nelly, we don't really talk. And Ebuka was like, even if you don't talk, that doesn't limit you from apologizing to someone when you've offended them. And he was like, he knows what he did was wrong. Like this guy, typically just like he did when he had their own episode on the day one, where he cannot say something straightforward and own it with his full chest. He didn't own it with Nelly. And, at the end, we got to see that Chinwe apologized for, the accusation of taking her 24-karat gold, the body shaming and all the 9 yards, and asked that they should move on from that. Zion did not outrightly apologize. Nelly accepted Chinwe's apology. But then, I just see that, can I be honest, Zion is a very childish person. He's just a man he's just a baby in a man's body. Basically, that's just how it seems to me.
How come Ruthee'S jewelry and Chinwe's jewelry were together in one bag? Do they stay together?
Great.
That Zion went outside. My question is very simple. You can say I didn't apologize because I didn't want to.
I'm sorry I popped off and called you Anini.
And then we had a very calm conversation of the issue that happened between Wanni and Onyeka over Sean, probably, which later ended to become very bitter. And these girls were going at each other. Like, at a point, I was like, why are you guys fighting till now? Like, what is really your reason for this fight? Because it seemed very, very pointless. So Ebuka literally asked Wanni, what started all these things? And it seemed as though it's navigating towards all about Sean. And Wanni was like, let me start from the beginning. Initially, when we got into the show, I was cool with Onyeka. We really vibed. But then I kept telling my sister that I like this girl Onyeka, but she's not giving me a good vibe. I'm feeling sort of weird and somehow about her. Like, there's this energy she gives that is not really blending. And according to her, there are times you cannot even explain or tell when Onyeka is best to approach or talk to. Sometimes she will just carry face. Like, for example, there's a time she woke up in the morning and she was carrying face for all of them. And, only for Onyeka to later tell her that she woke up and Handy, who normally smiles and greets her, did not smile and talk to her, and that was her issue. And now moving on to the back and forth of what they were having, there was an altercation they had which was pointless. She said that, she apologized for that. She was not supposed to. I cannot remember if she said she apologized for it, but basically she blew up over no reason, and the only thing people from home could say is that it was all about Sean. And according to Wanni, Onyeka is a jealous person. Onyeka likes saying bad things about people. For example, she's jealous of the vibe and connection that happened initially between one of the Bbnaija twins and Victoria, and that was why she got close to one of the Bbnaija twins. She also said that is subtly indirectly what she was doing with, Wanni and Sean's situation. Meanwhile, Onyeka is saying that I am not a jealous person. It is what the Wanni and Handy twins are saying, that I'm jealous of people, I'm jealous. That is what they really are. Because Wanni has told me that, she's subtly jealous of people if this happens. And Handy has told me that she's subtly jealous of people if this happens. But then what is boiling or getting Wanni angry is that I would tell her or indicate that I know something about Sean, and that is all Sean's exes has been ladies with big bums, indirectly hinting that Sean is interested in Onyeka because she fits that criteria. And that was what was, probably affecting Wanni. Although Wanni refused and declined that is not their issue, that it's not really their issue. After all, Sean had told her that, his exes had been ladies with big bums. And generally, people know that, of course, that's what I guess Victoria was saying one time ago in one of the tidbits that Big Brother released, that, everybody knows that Sean likes ladies with big bums. And then, Onyeka added that if she's feeling that I'm jealous, how would I know of these things if the person in question did not tell me himself? I am not jealous, but then it's now seeming as though I keep noticing that Wanni has a certain attitude and vibe towards me. We started navigating apart, and Wanni said the same thing, that she noticed the same vibe with Onyeka, and they were drifting apart. When Ebuka asked the question to Sean, he is saying that he can be in the middle of Onyeka and Wanni's issues, but he is sure that he's not the core part of their issue. That he had told Wanni that he is sure that the both of them have fake friendship. They're just pushing and forming and intensifying, oh, she's my friend, but they are fake friends. They did not naturally navigate to each other and try to take their time to know about each other, their likes, their don'ts, and how they relate in situations. That is the real reason why they're having issues up till now. On the other hand, Wanni said he had tried to reach out to Onyeka for them to settle even after the show. Onyeka agreed, but later did not show up, did not pick her calls, and did not call back. She had told Onyeka that Onyeka was rude, and Onyeka said it was because she was busy. They never really settled that, and that, I feel, is the core reason why these girls have not settled till date. And I still don't understand what is the main issue that the both of you, it's now seeming as though this has developed into a thing of hate. One thing I can boldly agree with Sean on is the fact that these girls, they don't know what really is their issue, because it got to a point where, Wanni was insulting and calling Onyeka names. Onyeka was saying, that's the attitude you always display. Let everybody see, insult and blabbing and all that, but I'll stick by my order. I have no issues with you, this. These two girls are just having a back and forth that is very unnecessary. I'm just glad that Sean was clear enough that he is not necessarily dating Wanni. He had interest in her, but he also indicated that he needed to have space to have a good natural vibe with other people. These girls, they might never talk again, but then it is on them and not on any other person.
I'm with Onyeka, sometimes you can't read her.
She called me, she invited me. We have a gifting stuff. I was busy for the longest. Am I not a human being that can forget?
You read laws. Go and
You
research your father's
have
school
rebellion
fees. You
energy.
wasted your year.
I said you guys have a fake friendship, but you're not actually getting to understand each other's personality.
One thing I can take out from tonight is this: when you're building a sense of friendship with anybody, learn to understand the person and not push yourself on anybody over whatever narrative or advantage you feel you might get from that friendship. And this I am saying in reference to Wani and Onyeka. And then also when it comes to the Seaon, Chinwe, and Nelly, I respect Chinwe for apologizing honestly, outrightly. Seaon seems very childish and cannot own up to his shit. I actually also respect Nelly for owning up and holding her narrative from inside the show down till now, maintaining her innocence and getting herself vindicated in all this craziness. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you on this video. I'll see you on the next one. And also, for those of you who want to watch the full show, it is posted on Jackson React on TikTok, so go watch it. It might just last only 24 hours before it is taken down. Take care.